Okay, one of the big guns now, of course. We'll go back to the Saturn era for a minute to start this discussion, if you'll permit me. Virtua Fighter 3 stunned everybody at the arcades back in 1996 with its absolutely ludicrous 3D visuals. I remember seeing screenshots of this tech demo in the official Saturn magazine back in those days and just being astonished by how realistic it looked. Pretty much like a high-end pre-rendered image of that time. Everybody wanted a home port of this game, of course, but everyone pretty much accepted that the Saturn just would not be capable of doing it. It was one of those fabled impossible ports back in the late 90s. Having said that, there was apparently a port in development for the Saturn, but it was abandoned, and we got Fighters Megamix as a sort of apology to us loyal Sega Saturn fans, featuring a huge number of characters, some movesets from Virtua Fighter 3, and some dumb but very fun game mechanics. The game was a pretty good time, but it was no Virtua Fighter 3. A bit like Sonic Adventure, as the Dreamcast approached, Sega announced that Virtua Fighter 3 would be there at launch. A big theme for Sega at this time was, a bit like Sam Beckett from Quantum Leap, putting right what once went wrong. The Dreamcast was going to deliver everything, and a lot of us, myself included, were very excited by that prospect. Anyway, contrary to popular belief, Virtua Fighter 3 TB is a very good port of the arcade original. People played up its graphical inferiority to the Model 3 original, but as an owner of the original arcade board, I can demonstrate here just how close the two actually are. K.O.
Ready, go!
Instead, the biggest issue here for me was just the sheer bare-bonedness, I know that's not a word, but I'm going to say it anyway, of this port. You can play the arcade mode, and that's pretty much it, in effect. Virtua Fighter 3 was a massive release in Japan, but by the time it was released in the West, Soul Calibur in particular made it look pretty ordinary, really. In the graphics department at least, and the title had just lost some of its luster overall for one reason or another. It just wasn't the big draw that it would have been perhaps even a year earlier. Despite that, this is obviously an excellent game and a very good arcade port, and sold in absolutely enormous numbers back in Japan.